Hey guys, it's time for another Friday edition of the Munchlax Only Run. Not much to say, just this is gonna be the last episode I record tonight. Not that that really affects you guys, since you'll be getting more later. But heading to the forest, the Eterna forest, and some random chick walks up to us and says her name's Cheryl. She's glad to meet us for some reason, and she's afraid to go through the forest alone because there's apparently Team Galacticus here. So even though every battle here will be a double battle, I'm not killing that Chansey every battle. I'm sorry. I'd love to, but I'm not going to. So yeah, you can have. It's just a normal double battle for this section, and all future sections involving that. Okay. Through Moss Rock, no use for that. 2 trainers. Joy. Bug catcher and a freak out on a power walk in a forest with Pokemon. What the crap? Who goes on a power walk with a Pachirisu? I mean, really? What is up with that? But enough of that. It's Spark. Is that the first electric attack? That might actually be the first electric attack we've seen. Not that much of a moment, but yeah. What? It hits both of us, but what? Oh well. I hate Pachirisus. Chaining a few days ago, because chaining's fun, and 35 chain or something. I haven't gotten a single shiny from chaining yet, sadly, but friggin' Pachirisu broke my Mareep chain. And ever since then, I've hated Pachirisus. Okay, I hated them before that too, but now I hate them more, so sucks to be them. And that gives a good topic to talk about for this episode, because I don't think anybody really cares what's going on screen. Chaining. For those of you who don't know, after you beat the game, and I think you have to get the national no. Do you need... I'm not sure if you need to get the national dex. If you do, okay, but if you don't, either way. Eventually, you'll get the Poke Radar from Rowan. And if you go into a patch of grass, like not patch, but like a large area of grass, and use the Poke Radar, a few of the grass patches will start shaking. You go in there, you fight a Pokemon after you kill or catch that Pokemon. Then you leave the battle, and more patches of grass start shaking. From there, you keep repeating the process, and if for each consecutive Pokemon that's the same, like if you find 2 Beidous in a row, then you'll keep the chain going. But if you find a Starly, it'll break the chain and everything will stop. You get a higher chance of finding a shiny patch. Shiny patches are pretty distinct because they flash really fast, and it's pretty obvious when there's a shiny patch. But to do this, it's kind of difficult because there's a bunch of like restrictions on what you should or shouldn't do. First off, you always should have repels going, because otherwise you're completely screwed, because if you run into a normal wild Pokemon while you're training, it'll break the chain instantly, and you have to start all over. So always have repels. Another thing is, there's a couple different ways the patch can shake. It can just do a normal shake. That's where you'll find most common Pokemon, like Beidous. starlies, things like that. There's it's a shake where some lines will come out of the grass patch and it'll shake a little bit faster. That's when you can find rare Pokemon, usually I think the swarming Pokemon and Pokemon you can only find by chaining are more likely to be found there. And you usually wanna, I'm not sure how to say this, but if you go on Game FAQs, you can find on the message boards for Platinum, you might actually still be able to find some from the Diamond board. They have like thousands of posts on chaining. It's ridiculous. Like, they divide it into a grid. They find the most efficient way to determine where you should and should not try to chain. So go there if you want to get shinies, pretty much. And eventually, while you're chaining, if you get up to like 40 or something, then your chances of finding a shiny patch just skyrocket. And you'll almost always find a shiny patch around somewhere at above 40. And you can just catch ridiculous amounts of shinies from there. It's really nice, but I have not caught a single shiny doing that. Just kind of depressing. And Chansey's a haxer. Just got a critical hit. Let's see, is there anything else to talk about chaining? Let's see, what Pokemon have I failed at chaining? In Diamond, I got a Bidoof chain up to like 38, and then a Starly broke it. Really wanted a shiny Bidoof then. Still do, but not as much. Like I said a few days ago, I was trying to chain Mareep, which I actually started trying to chain. I think it was Electrike. That got cut short, so by a Mareep. I don't think I ever found an Electrike. I only found Mareep, so I started trying to chain Mareep. Got it up to like 30 some, and then Pachirisu broke it. I know some of the harder ones are like, I remember Beldum like supposedly being ridiculously hard because of the sandstorm. In the area you have to chain it in. Obviously you can't chain Pokemon that you can't find. So, yeah. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. While you're in the forest with her, with Cheryl, I think her name is, yeah. When you're in the forest with Cheryl, between battles, she'll heal your Pokemon. Pretty nice. Beyond that, she's pretty worthless because I guess Chansey can deal some decent damage with Egg Bomb, but really, it's not worth it that much. So, God, ran out of things to talk about. That's great. Let's see. What shinies have I caught? I think anybody who's played Gold and Silver remembers the red Gyarados. It's actually a shiny. If for some reason you haven't learned that yet, now you know. It's a shiny Gyarados, not just a regular Gyarados. That just happens to be red. Back in red, blue, yellow, there weren't really shinies, but if you trade them over to Gold, Silver, Crystal, they could be shiny. It all depended on the DVs, which are just like IVs in this, except they only went up to 15. So you could never really have a perfect Pokemon if it was shiny. But really, who cared? It was shiny, so that's all that matters. See, I've never found a shiny in Gold, Silver, Crystal, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, or Red, Blue, and Yellow. But I did find a single shiny Zubat in, I think it was my Emerald version, in some random cave. I've cherished it forever, and I EV trained it, and it's a beastly Crobat now. A manly pink Crobat, to be exact. God. Recording these lives is kind of annoying because If I want to actually get stuff done, then can't do it all in one part, it seems like. I don't like splitting these things up because there's really no content to them or anything. Maybe I just cut this. How close am I to being out? I think I'm almost out, actually. Let's see if I can avoid some trainers. Yep, it looks like I'm out 20 seconds, 25 seconds. There's a trainer up here that I'm just gonna cut it short, but I think I'm out. Okay, so we made it out of Eterna Forest here. That's our accomplishment for this episode. Once Cheryl's gone, you never get to go. She won't be here when you come back. She gives you the Soothe Bell, which, crap, not enough time to explain. I guess I'll see you guys next time when we go to Eterna City.